two.
Well, I don't know what this thing
One
is.
and two,
They
one and two.
a strip show downstairs.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive. Well,
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, Capital One wants to discover what's in your wallet. A woman gets a teddy bear and a jail ride on Valentine's Day, and why acorns can be dangerous. And are you a hardstyle fish? All this and much, much more. Welcome to Deacon Live. And for the next 60 minutes or so, we'll get you up to date on the social news stories that you might have missed over the last 7 days. Now, how are you? How are things? How are things going? Are you doing all right? I always care about you and make sure that you're doing all right and everything's going okay on your side of the planet. On our side of the planet, over here, my wife and I have decided that we are going to remodel our bathroom. And I say remodel the bathroom, I'm talking the tile that we have on there is the 12-inch tile. And it's that marble, not marble, kind of like... looks like water stains all over it. Like you have like those ceiling tiles in your office buildings and it gets a little water stain on it. That's what our floor tile looks like. And the floor tile goes about 3 feet up the wall. 1, 2, 3 tiles up the wall with a wood trim around it. Very country, very 90s looking, even though the house was built in 2004. But it's at the point now, and we've got a walk-in shower. When I say walk-in, ooh, you got a walk-in shower. No, it's one of those plastic 3 pieces. It's 60 inches wide, and 30 inches deep or 32 inches deep, whatever a walk-in shower is. And, shower head here, little, what is it, resin, like fiberglass resin, the whole entire unit. It's cheap. It's cheap. I'll admit it. When it's cheap, it's cheap. It's cheap. So my wife and I have been living in this house for, coming up on 10 years, if not 10 years, 11 years now. And... we've got a jacuzzi tub over there. Oh, fancy jacuzzi tub. Yeah, it's fancy until you physically want to get in it. And it's just a pain in the ass because who takes a bath anymore? Except for kids. 5-year-olds take baths. But a jacuzzi tub is nice to have, with the bubbles and stuff. But we just don't use it. So it sits there and it's next to her side of the sink. So when she combs her hair and stuff and she undoes all the hair follicles in the brush, some of the hair follicles fall in the tub and you got to wipe it out. It's just a pain in the ass, but every house when you sell it has to have a tub in it. But we're getting ready to remodel the whole entire bathroom. And I'm talking floor, I'm talking wall, I'm talking the shower. We're going to bring the shower out. We're going to tile it with unpolished marble and grout from the tears of angels from the heavens with gold tint. No, I'm kidding. But that's what we're doing. And so part of that process is, it's a lot to take in. And you're sitting there going, all right, we need to go pick out tile. We got these contractors coming over and we need to let them know what style, what, accent pieces, how much, what, this and that, and to get a better idea. So we go to the tile store, Floor and Decor or something like that. And this tile store is as big as a Home Depot. It's 200,000 square feet, if not maybe 50,000 square feet less. It's a huge building. And we were there for probably 3 hours walking around, looking at this tile. And as soon as we walked in, my wife goes, oh my God. Her obsessive compulsive ADD, whatever disorder that she has, where she has to take the pills to make sure she's even keel, just took in over full effect. And I said, okay, babe. I said, it's all right. Let's walk around. I know they got vignettes, and the vignettes basically just a sample. This is what a bathroom would look like. This is what an office would look like. And so we're looking at all the different vignettes. You call them displays. I like to call them vignettes. And we're looking at them and getting the matching. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is new. This is all new to us. And oh, this is what they're doing now. And they're putting this on the ground. They're doing that. So we're walking around. We find a nice one with a nice tile. All right, now let's pick out a floor. And then we went from one floor to another floor to a different style floor. And we're back and forth. She's like, I can't make up my mind. I'm like, it's okay, babe. We're here. This is what we're doing. This is our Saturday. And, she's like, okay, let's do this. And I'm like, I really don't like that. But it's a teamwork. That's what marriage is. It's teamwork. In the process of doing all this stuff, other customers are walking around. There's contractors that are walking in. They're walking in there and going, to the people that are working there. And, I need, 1, 2, 3, 4 tile, whatever the SKU number is. Oh yeah, it's right over here, Mr. Johnson. And they'd load them up and stuff. And sometimes there was couples there, and the couples there are there with their contractor or the tile layer. I don't know if they're contractors or not, but they're picking out tiles. The team of them are picking out a tile. We came across this one couple. Now, I saw him walk in the building. Let me describe him. He's probably getting ready to turn 40, if not 40 already, barely freshly 40. Tall guy. Probably played high school ball, probably played a little college ball. Things didn't go well, didn't get drafted, didn't pursue that career. Probably coaches his son's little league because the son is probably 9, 10 years old. He's running around. Very obedient people. I say obedient. They're not like taking pieces of tile and hitting themselves in the head. They were very, respected as far as walking around and being part of the community, not destroying everything. And the daughter's walking around and she's like, oh, I kind of like this one. And I kind of like this one. Oh, Dad, look at this. And the daughter's a little younger. She's got, kaleidoscope eyes and she's looking at all the different tile on the wall. I like the shiny one. She's probably 6, 7 years old, where you don't have to sit there and focus on her. She can walk around on herself with her own opinions. And the son being, 9, 10 years old. And they're just kind of the three of them, the father, who's probably 6'2". He's about my size, physical looking guy. Like I said, he probably played ball at one time. Baseball, I would imagine, with his chicken legs. No. So he's walking around and they're doing whatever. I guess they're waiting for mom to show up. So mom shows up. And meanwhile, my wife and I have got this cart that the place provides you. It's this big long table. It's probably about 5 feet long and it's at an angle and it's on wheels. So you can put your tile on there and kind of roll it to, instead of carrying all the tile around, you can roll around let's put this tile on there and, match it up and so on. And as we're standing there, they're looking at the same type of tile that we are looking at. And the husband is basically like, pretending he's shooting baskets. He's walking around with his head up in the air, kind of like a 5-year-old would that was not paying attention. He's just kind of swinging his arms around, and the wife is there, and she's not a petite woman, but, she's probably his high school sweetheart, if not high school sweetheart, college sweetheart. They look like they're from the same, the same gene pool is the only way I can describe it. A lot of people out there know exactly what I'm talking about. And she's walking around and she's like, honey, what do you think about this? Now she looks like she was in athletics or was an athlete too. So that's probably how they met. She was the cheerleader and he was probably the captain of the baseball team. She's like, well, what about this tile? Well, what do you think about this? She's like, can you come over here? And she's being as polite and nice as possible. And can you come over here and help me pick this out? Do you like this tile? And she's like begging for his attention. And he goes, basically, he's got his back toward her, his baseball cap on. He's like, whatever you want, babe, whatever makes you happy, I'm fine with it. And she looked at me like deadpan, like so broken, and looked at me. And if you're watching this here on the YouTube video, and she looks at me and she goes, nice, right? Nice. Like looking for my, you and your wife are getting along just fine, doing the tile and stuff. This is my life. This is, I'm looking dead at the camera here. This is my life. This is what I'm doing now. Isn't this nice? She's kind of like, if I didn't have the 2 kids, I'd be out the door heading to Vegas, on girls trip or whatever, and kidding around. And I shouldn't have said this, but I did. He said, fine, babe, whatever makes you happy. That's fine. He's walking around, hitting the signs and like a 5-year-old would, smacking this. And I go, hey man, you don't mind if I use that line? Amy kind of laughed and snickered. And then I looked at the girl who was looking at me for reassurance, kind of like, oh, he's one too. Put her eyes down and kind of went back into the shelf. And I kind of go, kidding, I'm kidding, just kidding, babe. I look at my wife. No, babe, let's pick this up. And I go, I don't know why I said it. I think I thought it. I don't know if I said it or not. Because she was picking out tile next to my wife, and they're both like in the same section. And I kind of go, yeah, sorry about that. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. And I think one of the two of them said, what? Nothing, just had to get it out there. Had to get it off my chest. But I mean, come on. If you're out there, first of all, you're married. Second of all, you're married with 2 kids. And you've been married long enough to have 2 kids that are 9 and 6 or 9 and 5 or whatever ages I said. And third, you're married long enough to where you're picking out tile to redo whatever commitment that you guys have gotten involved in. And now you the dad, what do you rather do? What would you be doing right now if not picking out tile? Well, it could be, what do you do on Saturday there, Pops? You know, athlete dad. Well, I could be, you know, he didn't look like a sit at home, drink beer all day long and do nothing type dad, but he could be, I don't know, playing golf, batting cages. I don't know. I don't know what those people do in that lifestyle. I know what I would do. You know, I got a big old 22-acre property. Come on over there, athlete dad. You can help me do some shit around here, and maybe that'll shut you up and change your attitude a little bit. Grab his ear and pull, you know, reach up and grab his ear because he's a little taller than I am. Grab his ear and pull him down a little bit. I just felt bad. I'm like, you know, it's one of those things that you're just like, you know, couples are different and people are different and relationships are different. If you're at a point in that relationship, I would never say that to my wife. I would never say that. Seriously, because he was kind of serious about it. I would never say that to my wife because if I'm there, I'm under the understanding that I am there to help my wife do this and vice versa. If she's doing, you know, trying to do the same thing, we do this all the time when we go to Lowe's. We pick out stuff. We try to pick it out together. What gets me is sometimes she just can't make up her mind. And I kind of go, okay, no, I like this one. But what about, no. Let's pick out this. Let's stay focused here. I have to reel her back in now and then. When the day was done, we picked out all the tile that we wanted. We didn't buy it. We just picked out the styles and the SKU numbers and stuff. And at the end of the whole experience, 3.5 hours later, she's like, oh my God, that was so exhausting. So mentally exhausting. And I said, I know, babe. I know. And she's like, and I did the whole entire day without my medicine. And I go, did you really? I am more proud of you in that moment. Well, I mean, there's several moments. I'm more proud of you today in that moment than any other thing that's going to happen today. I am so proud of you. Not that, you know, she's some kind of addict or anything. I'm just proud that she didn't let her brain get the best of her. And so, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, believe me, that they're shaking their head going, yeah, that's a big feat. That's a big feat. A big feat to achieve, not big feet, as in foot. All right, guys, we have a lot to talk about. And how much milk does an actual person need per day? Do we actually need milk once we've been weaned? Well, studies have shown, and I'm going to read those studies when we come back. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. I promise, I'll read the article. I probably will screw up, because I'm dyslexic. I'm dyslexia in my brain. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we'll give you something for free, but you got to do for me. You have to do something for me. Go over to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of Deacon Live. That's PROPHET radio.com. At the top of the page says free swag. Fill out that little form there, and we will pick out whatever prize pack you want there. What's this security thing? No, I don't need all this. See you later. Bye. Oh, now I got to go back to that. Anyways. Now let me start that over again. I got all messed up. Got all confused. Delete. Yes. Done. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we will give you something for free, but you got to do something for me. You got to go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio, proud sponsors of Deacon Live. And at the top of the page says free swag. You can see all the different podcasts that are broadcast out of the Prophet Radio studio. If you haven't heard those before, check those out as well. They're everything, the fine programming that comes out of this studio. Check those out as well and get yourself some a little prize pack. And it's not an email grab or anything like that. It's just the Prophet Radio's way of saying thank you for listening to the programming that they have here on the station. Now, I like to have a nice cold glass of milk when I go to bed. And when I say cold glass of milk, I will pour a glass of milk. And I'm talking, 16-ounce glass of milk. And I'll put it in the freezer while I go take my shower for the night. By then, it's nice and cold. People do the warm milk because of the chemicals in warm milk actually push you to sleep. Not me, Betty. Not me, baby. I like it. A nice cold glass of milk. And I'll sit there and go, oh, this is so delicious. So delicious. Got to be in the glass, though. But you actually say, it's weird if you think about it that we drink milk outside of our mother's milk. We drink milk from another animal, like a cow or a goat for some people. There was a movie, I think it was called The Animal, where Rob Schneider was drinking badger milk, from a badger. We don't drink rat milk. There's no other animal that we drink milk from other than cows and goats. I guess the milk chemicals are a little bit more similar to what we have or what comes out of our own natural body. But then you have to ask yourself, how much milk do you really need in your dietary needs? Well, when kids... So the lowdown for milk consumption is, first things first, milk is hailed as the richest supply of calcium and vitamin D with fortified vitamin D and protein. All the champions for healthy bones that make a growing body grow. Milk does the body good, I think is the commercial that was out there. However, one-size-fits-all approach does not really happen when it comes to dairy intake. For the little ones, toddlers and teenagers, growth spurts and bone development stages put them in the spotlight for needing adequate dairy. The American Academy of Pediatrics suggests that children ages 1 to 3 need about 700 milligrams of calcium per day, which translates to about 2 to 3 servings of dairy, not necessarily meat or milk, but dairy. Think of it like it's cold. It could be a glass of milk, one of those yogurt pouches, or a slice of cheese. I know a lot of people, that's where the whole yogurt kick came in, because they didn't want to do milk or cheese. As the kids venture into teen years, the recommendation jumps up, aiming to around 4 servings to support the fast-paced growth. Now, when you get into adults, we're talking, adults 19 to 50. You need to have about 1,000 milligrams, nudging towards 3 servings of dairy. But once the big 5-0 comes knocking, your body demands a little bit more love and care, raising the calcium bar to almost 1,200 milligrams of calcium, or 4 servings of dairy, to counteract bone density loss. Beyond the glass, if you don't want to do milk or anything like that, you can also stock up on alternatives: leafy greens, almonds, fortified plants, milks, and juices. Or you can take a supplement. So remember, your dietary needs is as unique as our fingerprints. While milk and dairy products offer a convenient package of nutrition, they are not the only heroes of the story. Whether you're ensuring your kiddos get enough for their leaps and bounds, as I'm reading this article from, where's this at? I'm not sure. Oh, medium.com. If you're looking over your own bone health, balance is a key. Pay attention to your body's needs and don't hesitate to consult with your healthcare provider to tailor what's best nutrition path for you and your family. Like I said, I do eat a lot of salads. I do eat a lot of salads with spinach in it. Lettuce itself, it's just, what do they call it? Green water, green leafy water for the most part. But I do get a lot of calcium and stuff from my dark green vegetables. I eat a lot of broccoli too, which looking at me, you would go like, really? You like broccoli? Yeah, I like broccoli. It's not bad. And then sometimes I'll throw in some, what's the Brussels sprouts. Love me some Brussels sprouts. Now, coming out of Valentine's Day, I hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day. This woman right here did not, however. Over in Peru, a Peruvian police officer lured out a suspect drug dealer with a fake Valentine's Day gift while wearing a fuzzy bear costume and beckoning her to come out to the street with a box of chocolates. Now, for every podcast we have a matching video, and you can see this in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. Let me switch cameras here, and I'll play this little video of this woman, a woman drug dealer that got busted by a Peruvian teddy bear. Sounds weird in itself, so here we go. Yep. So as you're watching the video here, they got the cops This is so third world country. I hate to say it, but this is so third world country. They've got the cops like behind like bricks and stuff. And they got this teddy bear. I mean, when I say teddy bear, it's a person in a teddy bear costume. And the person's got a balloon, you know, the heart-shaped balloon, and a box of chocolate with a little bow in its hair. It's a, you know, brown bear suit. And trying to get this girl to come out and saying, hey, look, happy Valentine's Day, or Feliz Cumpleaños, or whatever the translation is. I know that's happy birthday, but here you go. So she comes out, hey, oh my God, this is amazing. Go get her. Here. And they go rushing the street. Oh, the bear's got her on the ground. So now they're going through her house. And underneath her bed, look at all those pills. A lot of pills. There you go. There's all your fentanyl. She's crying. Let me check him out. Ah! The guy still got the bear suit on, going through all her stuff. Oh yeah, look at all that. I hope someone can understand that. So there was a woman, she had a whole house full of drugs, like hidden under, like underneath. Let me just go back to camera me. Hidden underneath her bed and stuff. And she was dumb enough to go outside and fall for the whole, you know, hey, you want a free TV? Show up here. And then you walk in and they're like, what's your name? Oh, Thomas Adams. Guess what? You're under arrest. Oh, damn it. Fell for the TV again. This woman fell for the damn Valentine's Day teddy bear. All right, guys, when we come back, shots fired. Shots fired. I'm under attack with Acorns. I'll dive into this whole mess up. If you don't know exactly what happened, what a fucking fiasco this has turned out to be. So stick around. I'll dive into this story, of course, right out of Florida. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. The way you see that is go over to YouTube, search Deacon Live Podcast, and you can see me here in the studio. And don't forget, we also have, for every video, for every article that we read here, you can see everything in real time. You can see that the Valentine's Day bear arresting that woman. You can see that over on YouTube as well. While you're over there, make sure you subscribe. Believe me, I'm not doing it over there for the money. It just gives you another avenue, another media outsource that you can watch the show in real time. And you can see all the little snippets over there, the little bite-sized pieces. It takes too long to upload them up to TikTok. I know. Oh, what else you got to do? Well, it takes a while for me to sit there and tabulate and put them all in there. I try not to flood TikTok too much, but you can see all the little snippets, the little bite-sized pieces, little dessert pieces of the show over there on YouTube as well. Make sure you subscribe. Now, over in Okaloosa County, a lot of people can't say that. I can say it because I'm from Florida, and I've probably said it several times because it's in the up there in the Panhandle over there by Destin, Florida, Okaloosa, which means land by the water, I guess, in Indian tribal. So I can say it. I can say it. I'm part Cherokee. I'm allowed to say that. My people can say that. But if you haven't heard, so what actually happened was there was a call out there in one of the neighborhoods where a boyfriend was trying to take a car or something silly like that. And they ended up putting the guy in the car just for safekeeping. They didn't arrest him or anything. They just said, hey, look, while we figure this out, let's put you in the car. Let's talk to her and get her story and whatever story and stuff. In the process, well, I'm going to switch the camera forward and we can all decipher exactly what happened in this whole entire process that happened. So here we go. I want to make sure everything will fire up right. Now,
a Florida law enforcement officer shot an unarmed and handcuffed man after mistaking the sound of a falling acorn for a gunshot.
Okay, first of all, he didn't shoot the unarmed man. The unarmed man was in the vehicle, in the back of the vehicle. So that statement right there, let me start that with that statement is false. The unarmed man was handcuffed in the back of the vehicle, and they're shooting at the vehicle that the man was in.
According to internal investigation documents, Hernandez was walking back to the patrol vehicle to search Jackson again when an acorn fell on the roof of his patrol vehicle. After he heard a popping sound, which he later told investigators he perceived to be a gunshot, he said he believed he had been hit.
I might have hit my vest.
He began yelling, shots fired multiple times, falling to the ground and rolling, the sheriff's report said. He fired into his patrol car. Sergeant Beth Roberts heard the gunfire and Hernandez screams, and she began to fire into the car as well. If the sound of an acorn is gonna scare you falling out of chipmunk's mouth, maybe you need to be in a different field. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I've got the actual video here of what actually happened in real time as it unfolded. So let's watch this video in real time, and it's going to show in slow motion the acorn bouncing off because he's got his body cam footage on him, and it's going to bounce. It's going to show the acorn bounce off the roof. So here we go. Let's play this one. So here he is walking back to his car. Listen. Did you hear it? You got to listen real. I mean, he's wiggling around in his uniform and stuff. I don't know if that's going to, disable, or you can't really hear the acorn fire. But we've all heard an acorn, most of us, especially in Florida, fall from the trees and hit like the hood of your car or something like that. That's what this gentleman here, this officer, heard. So here we go. I'm going to play this. And this is the whole entire video as far as what happened from start to finish. So here we go. It's only a minute long, so let's go. Here's the acorn. You can see it if you're watching the video here. Bounce right off the hood of his car, or the top of his car, and he runs. Hits the ground.
What?
Now here comes the other officer.
Right there?
She goes, where? Right there? Yeah, right there. They just, both of them, and they're almost in the crossfire. The officer that said shots fired is laying down behind this Durango-looking thing. I always call it a Durango. It's an SUV. Everyone knows what a Durango looks like. He's on the ground in the street shooting at the back of this Durango thing. This other officer's coming up, like she's heading toward the driver's quarter panel, and she's probably 50 yards away, sorry. And she's firing in the same direction as him. Not just willy-nilly. Where'd the shots come from? There.
Jesse, are you okay?
Couple more for good luck.
I'm good. I feel weird, but I'm good. I might have hit my vest. Okay. I don't know. It felt like.
He's like, I might have hit my vest. Are you hit? He's like, I don't know.
Do you see anything on my vest?
Now they're looking at his vest.
What are you feeling? Did you feel anything? My legs went numb when it hit me. All right. I don't know. My legs went numb for a second. I heard a pop come from.
Fear is what made your legs go numb. So that's the video that everyone's complaining about or watching out there. And my legs went numb. Man, I was scared. There was a couple, let's go back to one on me for real quick. There was a couple news articles about one officer was going through someone's car, traffic stop, and this is when fentanyl was just starting to hit the street, and they told the cops, hey, if you touch fentanyl, you will die. You will die if you touch fentanyl. So this one cop was going through someone's car, a suspect's car, white powder came out, and she's like, oh my God, fentanyl. Or the guy goes, oh my God, fentanyl. He hits the ground. They smack him with Narcan like 5 times, but you've got them brainwashed. They need a little bit more training. So let's see what this news report says based on the videos that we've been watching here. So here we go.
This body cam footage shows Deputy Jesse Hernandez walking to his patrol car. An acorn is seen falling on the roof. That's when Hernandez fell and yelled. The sheriff says deputies were responding to a disturbance call in Fort Walton Beach last November. After a call from Marquise Jackson's girlfriend, she claimed Jackson refused to return her car and sent threatening text messages. The girlfriend told officers Jackson had weapons. Body cam video shows Jackson being searched, then detained. It goes on to show Hernandez heading to his car to search Jackson again. I'm hit! He was not hit, according to the internal investigation report. Hernandez says he thought gunshots came from inside his patrol car. The video shows Hernandez shooting at the back of his car.
With the guy in it.
Sergeant Beth Roberts opened fire too.
Sure, why not?
Sheriff Eric Aiden couldn't comment because of possible litigation. He did release a video statement saying the sheriff's office is working to prevent this from happening again.
We're actually going to use this particular case as training for the rest of our staff as a potential thing that we need to watch out for to make sure that we never put someone's life in jeopardy again.
All right, this is a gunshot. Kablam! This is an acorn. Bing, bing, bing. Know the difference. That's the training video. Oh, please hire me to do the training video. I'll do it.
Investigation reports Jackson did not fire a weapon. It states the sound Hernandez heard was likely an acorn hitting the roof of his car.
It was. So there you go. That's from NBC 6 over there in Okaloosa, Florida County. Okaloosa County, Florida, over there by Destin and stuff. So that's what happened. So if you see any news article or news feeds or anyone saying, well, no, he shot an unarmed man and all this other stuff and shots were fired from outside. No. We went through it. We told you exactly what happened. We had the actual video of what happened, and that's what happened. Got it? Good. Can we move on? There's a lot of companies buying out other companies. And you'd be surprised who Walmart's buying out right now. Or would you be surprised if Walmart's buying someone out? But it's a very, very high-end electronics dealer. And they're buying those guys out right now for, I think, $2.something billion. And I'll dive into that story when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want to be heard? Well, we'd love to hear from you. And the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of Deacon Live. That's PROPHET radio.com. At the bottom of the page, there's a little blue bar. It says Be Heard. It's got a little microphone on it. You can be podcast famous. You can be right here along in the studio with us. And the way you do that is click on that little button. If your device has a microphone on it, you can be anonymous if you want. I don't care. Speak right into it. Tell us what's on your mind. Tell us what we did right. Tell us what we're doing wrong. Or just if you've got any comments about the last 9 years. Actually, I think next week will be 10 years. So the last coming up on 10 weeks or 10 years of shows. Speak right into the device. Like I said, you can be anonymous if you want. No big deal. We just want to hear from you. And it comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on this podcast. We broadcast every Wednesday at noon. Did I say noon last time? Whatever I said last time. We broadcast every Wednesday, so if you get it in before Wednesday, let's put it that way. If you get it in before Wednesday, we'll play it on that very podcast. If not, we'll play it on the very next podcast as well. And that's the Be Heard section over on Prophet Radio. Now, I'm at an age where I am starting to worry about my retirement. And I say worry about it, I mean more focused on my retirement. My dad, he'll be 78 here in a couple months. Hold on, let me take these off. Make my feet sweat. I got new house slippers, so. And my dad literally has no retirement. I mean, he does to a certain point, but myself and my wife, we have like the 401ks, and because I'm a self-contracted, since I'm a sole proprietor of my business, I technically don't really have a 401k where I can put in and someone can match it. So I've had to choose other options, whether it be IRAs, whether it be stock investments, and so on and so forth. One of the investments that I got involved with, thanks to some of our relatives up there in the New York area, is Capital One. And you're like going, well, the credit card company? Yeah, Capital One. They're offering right now CDs for, I think, 5%, if not around 5% or around there, which is a high return for 12 months. So I said, let me take a little bit of money, a little bit of pocket cash that I got laying around and throw it into a CD and let it just sit there for a year and let it earn, 5% on top of that. And then next year I'll take that and do it again until I, build up a little nest egg over there. And with all the stock purchase in my portfolio, I think I'll be pretty good. Now, for all you out there that have the Discover card, I think my dad's got it. There's a joke there. Ooh, Discover, the credit card that accepts everybody. Well, they're going to accept a lot more now because Capital One Financial says it will buy Discover Financial Services now for $35 billion. The deal would bring together two of the national major credit card companies, as well as potentially shake up the payment industry, which is largely dominated by Visa and MasterCard. So here's what's going on. Under the terms, all stock transactions, Discover will receive Capital One shares at nearly $140 in value each share. That is a significant premium on the $110 that Discover shares have at the close on Friday. Capital One says that the deal is expected to close late this year and early next. Capital One shareholders would own 60% of the new company, and Discover shareholders will own the rest. Duh. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. The deal marries the two largest credit card companies that aren't banks. For example, like JP Morgan, Chase, and Citigroup, with the notable exception of American Express. This also brings together two companies whose customers are very largely similar. Often Americans who are looking for cash back and modest travel rewards compared to premium credit cards are dominated by Amex, Citi, and Chase. This marketplace is now dominated by big players that are going to shrink down to a little bit more because of this merger. Nearly every bank issues a credit card to its customers, but few companies are credit card companies first and then banks second. Both Discover, along with the Sears card, Capital One started off as a credit card company, and they expanded into other financial offerings such as checking, savings, and like I said, the CDs that they offer as well. So as of now, if you've got a Discover card, it will soon, here in the next 18 months or so, it just doesn't happen overnight. It will now turn into a Capital One credit card, which is great. My dad's got one. Like I said, they accept everyone. There's no, I don't want to say banking behind it, but it's not like you can walk into a Discover bank and pay your card and stuff. So hopefully that'll bring down some of the interest rates on major credit cards that are out there right now. And also maybe, like they said, shake up the payment thing. Not necessarily the payment thing. I think the interest rate is going to be the biggest thing that they're going to see. And maybe, your Visa and MasterCard will start seeing this as a small company, stepping into their field and maybe change everything up. So I wish them all the luck. Like they're going to listen to me, right? But it should be interesting to see what happens after that once they merge together. Now, not necessarily merging together, but gobbling up small companies to make their portfolio look bigger is Walmart. Walmart right now is looking to boost its ad business via Vizio's SmartCast operating system. Walmart is actually buying Vizio for $2.3 billion. Now, back in the day, if you remember Vizio, I remember when the flat screens started coming out, and if you didn't have a Vizio, you got shit. They were one of the first people to actually make Vizio or make flat screen TVs affordable. The company was founded in 2002 by entrepreneur William Wang and two founding employees. By 2004, Wang changed the company's name to Vizio. It was V Inc. In 2010, Vizio signed a 4-year contract to sponsor the U.S. College Football Annual Rose Bowl in Pasadena. In August 2015, Vizio acquired Cognitive Media Networks and provider of the Automatic Content Regeneration, or ACR, which they renamed into Inscape Data. They're the ones that created like the SmartCast across all television networks or all televisions including apps such as Netflix, YouTube, and Disney Plus. In 2018, Vizio launched a free streaming service called Watch Free, which is powered by Pluto on its SmartCast platform. So right now, Walmart is scheduled to buy Vizio for $2.3 billion. Vizio sells a solid mid-range TV, mostly equipped with the SmartCast operating system, and supports free ad-supported content. Walmart, meanwhile, prominently features its brand on the shelves alongside of their TCL. And if anyone has gone into there right now, they've probably noticed that the realtor of Walmart also owns the TV house brand ONN. But those sets are very low end, selling for about under $500 on average. Importantly, the companies plan to combine their respective ad business. Walmart already has a $2.7 billion ad business, but Vizio would increase its access to key customer information and viewership data. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get Vizio's detail as far as what you're watching and how to get into you. We believe that the combination of the two businesses will be impactful and will redefine the intersections of retail and entertainment. Walmart Vice President Seth Dallaire says, Our technology will help bring a scaled, connected TV advertising platform to Walmart Connect. The acquisition may also be a counter to Amazon's in-house Fire TV business, both in terms of television retailing and advertisement. Amazon is one of the largest platform businesses in the U.S. behind Alphabet and Meta. You know, those two aren't going anywhere. And smart TVs help gather personal information and data to targeted advertisements. So, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Is that something that, you know, hey, look, Walmart is buying a Vizio, and Vizio is going to gather your information as far as what you're watching and everything. You know what? I don't mind them watching, suggesting other stuff, because if they didn't, the service itself, think about it, the service itself would not survive. If they just basically put out there, I like cartoons. I like adult cartoons. When I say adult cartoons, like Simpsons and Family Guy, and I like that type of stuff. And it'll say on the screen, since you watch this, you might like all this. Great. If they didn't do that, none of these other programs would be made. None of this other stuff would happen. We would still be stuck in the same three channels that we grew up with, the bunny ears on top of the TV, 3, 6, and 9, ABC, NBC, UHF. You remember those. And what's the other? I don't know the other one. And then you're just stuck with those channels, and it would just be completely mind-numbingly boring. It'll rot your brain cells, kids. Don't stare too close to the TV. So I don't mind them gathering the information of stuff that I watch. That's fine. As far as, are we being controlled? Don't care. Don't care if it makes my life easier. If I want to go between this brand of pepperoni and this brand of pepperoni, if I saw a TV ad that said, this brand of pepperoni is $3 cheaper, but they also beat whales out at sea. And you're like going, well, I don't want to beat whales, but it's $3 cheaper. Ah, man, I got to go with the expensive stuff, because they guaranteed no whale beating during the processing of this pepperoni. Fuck. All right, I'll go with that one. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Now, when they start stealing or start getting into your personal environment, if your son comes home with detention and you start seeing screens, parent advice, parent advisory, seek help, that type of stuff. That's why I go, all right, let's stop. Nope. But if you want to suggest all the products to me, that's what commercials are. We already watch commercials. We've been watching commercials since the dawn of television, since the dawn of media, since the dawn of radio. The whole, what am I playing? There's a game on PlayStation right now called Mafia, which is set in the 50s. Mafia 2 is actually the one I'm on right now. And you listen to the ads on the radio, and even though they're shtick, they're made up, one of the commercials was like, hey, what's this new VCR video recording device? That's never going to happen, kids. Watch out. Keep, mom close and keep dad even closer. Coming up next, the Four Tops. And it was like kind of, well, I mean, commercials, that's what commercials do. They tell us what we want and tell us what we need, and we have to make our own mental decision as far as what they are. So Walmart, on the long of the short, is Walmart's buying Vizio so they can watch and make sure that you're watching what they want you to watch and to make sure that you're buying what they need. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. If you don't like it, go stick your head in the sand somewhere. That's all I got to say. Or you can walk around barefoot. And I got a story about these two that have taken barefoot walking to the next level. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We would love to hear from you, and the way you do that is to be podcast famous, if you want to be podcast famous, go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com. At the bottom of the page says, be heard, little bar that's colored blue. It's got a little microphone on it. If you've got a microphone on your device, you can speak right into it. We broadcast every Wednesday, so if you get it in soon enough, we'll play it on this podcast. If not, we'll play it on the very next podcast as well. We have, next week will be 10 years doing this show, so we appreciate you. If you want to say congratulations, happy 10 years, we'd love to hear from you as well. You can be anonymous, we don't care. And while you're over at Prophet Radio and get yourself something for free, proud sponsors of Deacon Live, and they've been doing that for the last 10 years, so we thank them very much. Thank you. Big round of applause for them as well. And you can get yourself some magnets, some stickers and stuff over there underneath the free swag section. Now, my wife and I, we have house slippers. I call them house slippers, house shoes or whatever like that. They do not go outside the house. If you're watching this on the YouTube video, during the break, you can see I took some of mine. I walk up to the studio here and I had to take mine off. So here's mine. They're nice. If you're watching this here, it's got a low heel in the back. It's got a nice sole, so I can walk across the garage into the main quarters, the main house. And my wife actually bought me the Sketcher ones, those new ones where you can just slip your foot in. I forget what they're called. They were like on sale for $60. I said, for real? What I just showed you there was like $10 at Walmart. Well, they got to buy Vizio and stuff. But there are a lot of people that like to walk around barefoot. I like to walk around barefoot on my property. When I say on my property, I'm out there with the blower, the electric blower, blowing like debris and stuff off so I can walk from here into the house with no problem. I'm not stepping on rocks. I'm not, tramping dirt around or anything like that. So I like that natural feel of barefoot. I never used to be like that in Florida just because we had like sand spurs and stuff. But since I've moved up to North Carolina, I really like to walk around barefoot. Now, not as much as this couple here. Now, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video. You can see this in real time as we're talking about it here on the show. And I'm going to play this video of this couple that has gone to the extreme as far as walking around, I'm going to assume San Francisco, because this is a San Francisco or Portland type deal. So if you're watching this video, it's a husband and wife, and they're sitting there with their feet up in the air so you can see what they're actually doing. You see the shoe on top, and I'll just dive into this, and you can see exactly what they have no soles. They have no soles, this couple here. So here we go.
My husband and I have removed the bottoms of all of our shoes. We decided to start walking barefoot, and one of our followers had a great idea. Since some businesses don't want us being completely barefoot, if we cut off the bottom of our shoes, it'll allow us to be barefoot but blend in with everyone else. This is a huge commitment, but we were willing to make it. These are our favorite shoes. Our shoe collection is worth more than $20,000, but this is a sacrifice we're willing to take because walking barefoot means the world to us.
Okay, so let me stop that right there. They want to walk around their town, whatever city that they're living in, barefoot. Then she goes on and says, we have a shoe collection between the two of them of $20,000. I don't have $20,000 worth of clothes in my house for me. I've got t-shirts, I've got, running shorts, I got regular basketball shorts, I got jeans and all that stuff. I got nice shirts and nice stuff. I do not have $20,000 worth of actual clothes that I own. They have $20,000 worth of shoes that they're cutting the soles off of so they can, quote unquote, walk around barefoot because they're not allowed to go in Tasty Freeze with their their little piggies exposed.
Benefits of walking barefoot are priceless, and now our shoes are worth more than money could ever be. So today we got to work and started removing the bottoms. We weren't sure if this was going to be easy or hard, and it ended up being
So the way they're taking them off, if you're watching the video here, they've got a Dremel and they're cutting through the rubber sole, like they're cutting the bottom out. So if you're trying to like save the planet, you're trying to do all this stuff, but yet they have goggles on and they're breathing this hot burning rubber in their apartment. I don't think you understand the whole meaning behind, let's protect our health.
pretty easy. We made little shelves where our toes are and our heels are. We made a little lip on the bottom of the shoe where our toenails will go so they can latch on.
Gross!
So we'll actually be able to hold on to the shoe while trying to walk without the bottom. And we did the same thing for our heels. The experience of cutting off the bottoms of our shoes was very freeing and detoxifying, just like walking barefoot is. So after we cut the bottoms off, we decided to try it out. So we went to our favorite store, Sephora, and as you know, they don't really like us in here without shoes. I needed to grab a few things for a trip we're going on. The experience was absolutely perfect. The workers came up to us, they talked.
She was walking around and her feet were hanging out of the bottom of the shoes. She looked homeless. Her shoes look homeless.
To us. They even complimented our shoes. I definitely recommend this if you're trying to go incognito barefoot. It's the perfect way to get all the benefits of going barefoot, but also have no one know. My husband and I have removed the bottom.
That is stupid. That's stupid. I'm sorry. That is, I'm not one to judge. No, Deacon, you're not one to judge. That is just completely stupid. You're butchering your, they do make barefoot shoes. And when I say that, they're like, if you've ever done like jet skiing or anything like that, if you've done water skiing, there is a shoe or a boot that you can put on made out of that material, but it has fingerlings for your toes. So they're togerlins, something like that. But they make a barefoot shoe or sock or whatever they call it, and it's made out of that same material. And I understand, I understand the feeling. I understand the comfort of walking with bare feet, but they make stuff for that. Do you physically need to have your skin touch? If you're in San Francisco, step on a goddamn needle. Now you got a Hep B or Hep C, or you step on where a kid, dropped ice cream. How about the biggest thing? If you step on a piece of gum, that gum is now on your foot. You want to talk about spreading diseases and shit into yourself and trying to be healthy? Go cut some more soles off of some shoes and breathe that in and tell me how you feel a little bit later on. How about that, huh? Now, I'm going to get something stuck in your ear and you're going to say, I feel horrible now. There is a new artist out there, and I say new artist. There's an artist out there, and there's a song that's taking over TikTok right now. It's from an artist by the name of Little Sis Nina. Now, I'm sorry, not Nina, Nora. She is known for her song Albatross. Now, I've never heard the song Albatross, so let's play a little bit of Albatross. It might be on the EDM list here, so let's switch screens here. Oh, they're going to flag me. I know they're going to flag me, so let's see. I'm going to play just a little bit. Here we go.
Fuck that little mouse, 'cause I'm an albatross.
So there you go. I don't want to get flagged anymore. So it's that song right there. They've got another song out that is taking over the TikTok in small little bite-sized pieces. And it's called Hardstyle Fish from Little Sis Nora X and Little Big or something like that. I guess that's the guy's name. And it's these two girls that are in jumpsuits, total Euro trash looking. They got the black jumpsuits on and the guy's got the slick back hair like they're some kind of cocaine dealers from the 80s. And this is the song right now. If you haven't heard it, it's going to be stuck in your head from here on out for the rest of the show, and I apologize. So here we go. I'm going to switch. Am I back on the same camera? Here we go. It's called Hardstyle Fish.
Are you Baby Shark?
No, I'm a motherfucking hardstyle fish.
Oh.
I am a hardstyle fish. I'm a hardstyle fish. Baby, I'm a motherfucking hardstyle fish. I ain't never gonna be your dish. Baby, I'm a motherfucking hardstyle fish.
I am not a dog or some magic.
And it's the whole SpongeBob underneath the sea. There you go. So there you go. That's Little Sis Nora and Little Big doing a Hardstyle Fish with only 1.4 million views. I know I'm going to flag for that one, but still, at least my point has gone across. And that's what you're seeing out there on your TikTok channels and Hardstyle Fish. So hope you guys can recruit from that. I know that little earworm is going to get in there and bounce around in your brain. I'm a Hardstyle Fish. I'm, as much as, was that Baby Shark? Maybe this is their answer to Baby Shark. Hey, if they can get, 6.1 billion views, maybe if we can get half of that, we'd be just as famous. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to enjoying the rest of your day. Make sure you follow us over on YouTube. The way you do that is go over to profitradio.com. You can see social contacts. You can see all the stuff that links us to you and you to us as well. You can see our TikTok channel, Instagram channel, YouTube channel as well. Make sure you like and subscribe to all those to keep us connected to you as well. And if you want to be part of the show, you can be podcast famous. At the bottom of the page says profit rate, or it says be heard, microphone, speak, anonymous, mail here, replay on the air. All right, guys, on that note, my name is the Deacon saying goodnight and goodnight.
Wait, come back.
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
I gotta do something for the end.